Good afternoon, students. I am Ashutosh Kumar Gupta, Assistant Professor, Mechanical Engineering Department, and we will be continuing the part 2 of the Unit 1st of understanding the human being comprehensively, human aspiration and its fulfillment. In the past lecture, we have discussed about the nature and why and how we have to together survive with nature in full cooperation with the nature or in full compliance with the nature. If we disturb the nature, then the survival of human being will be difficult. And so understanding human aspirations comprehensively is required, because the role of nature should be understood. What is the role of nature in human life? After that we have gone about the difference between sukh and suvidha, or the need of the body and the need of the self. Now after that we discussed about the need of the body. What are the needs of the body? When we try to exceed these limits, what happens, and what were the needs of the body, and difference between the needs of the body and the self. And after that we studied about the descriptively differentiated the needs of the body and the self. And now we are moving to today's lecture, and that is for the difference between sukh and suvidha. Now in broader term, what we can say, sukh is holistic and encompassing state of the mind that creates inner harmony. Sukh is also called happiness. So in English we call sukh as happiness. And what is sukh? It is holistic and encompassing state of the mind that creates inner harmony. Harmony, for happiness in the system or happiness in the body, there should be inner harmony, or happiness inside a human being, there should be inner harmony. That is, there should be harmony between I and the body. If it is not, then the person or the human being is not happy, is not sukhi. So it's a holistic approach, taking the body and I together, encompassing the state of mind that creates inner. The state of mind is together taken with I, consciousness, body. If all these things are in harmony, means the person is in happiness. Now the second thing, suvidha. Suvidha implies that it is looking for physical comforts and all the resources of attaining such comforts. Suvidha is a physical comforts or quantities, and all the sources of attaining such comforts is called suvidha. Now in present day scenario, what is the difficulty of a human being is that they have mixed the suvidha and sukh together. For most of the people, attaining so many or lots of physical possessions, more and more physical things, materialistic thing, is sukh for them. They are confused with the sukh and suvidha. So for a person, like for example, for a person having cars, 4 bungalows, lots of wealth, lots of things to eat, lots of dresses, all these things, ever growing demand of these things has made him confused with the sukh. The people have a notion that if you have lot of wealth, property and all those things, physical quantity, then you are happy. But this is not the fact. The happiness is the name of inner harmony, and it is a holistic approach, and it cannot be compared with, or it cannot be misunderstood with suvidha. Now see, The sukh depends upon our thinking. What is the difference we are getting? That first of all, it is the harmony, and now sukh depends upon our thinking. So many times we are surrounded by materialistic possessions. Actually, we are surrounded by materialistic possessions in today's world, but we feel unsatisfied. Even though people having a lot of physical facilities, lot of wealth, they are not satisfied. People having a lot of money and wealth are the victims of depression. Why? If they have so many physical facilities, why they are depressed? So it doesn't mean, so this is a clear cut example that having a lot of possession, physical possession, is not a medium to obtaining the sukh. People think that their happiness depends upon suvidha, facilities, but it's not so. As I have explained earlier, happiness depends upon our thinking, of our mental satisfaction. Your mental satisfaction is your happiness also. And having too many facilities, physical facilities, will surely not give you happiness, and that's why we need self exploration and understand the human being comprehensively, and then only we will try to understand or will get why our aspirations are there, how they can be fulfilled. So needs are physical facilities are needed for the body in a limited quantity. So if we talk about the quality, needs are physical and needed by the body in limited quantity. When we try to exceed these limits, it's become troublesome for us after some time, as we have already discussed that if we increase the physical facilities, initially it will be required, and lastly it will become intolerable. So physical possession should be in a limited quantity. In fact, it should be according to the need of the body or the minimum requirement of the body, and not misunderstood or misrepresented with the happiness. So both are different, happiness and suvidha, both are happiness. Sukh and suvidha. For example, now we take the example of suvidha. How much suvidha is required by the body? For example, of eating, if we take the example of eating, as far as physical facilities, say rasgulla, if you talk of rasgulla, it is a physical facility which is needed by a person. Of course, everybody loves sweets, and you cannot avoid that you don't want to eat rasgulla, but if you are hungry, you take 2 rasgullas, you are happy. If you go on increasing the rasgulla, what will happen? Your body, after some time, it will become tasteless and unnecessary for your body, and you further go on increasing, then it will result in a disease in your body. So they are necessary in the beginning, but if we keep consuming it, it becomes intolerable. Passage of time, this applies to every physical facility whatsoever is existing in this universe. So it is true with all the physical. Initially it is required, but as you go on increasing unnecessarily, it will lead to intolerable to your body. Now we can only think of having unlimited physical facilities, but if we try and consume or have too much physical facilities, it will only ends up in becoming problem for us. So it will turn problematic, like people eating too many sweets are generally now diagnosed with diabetes. So it is a problem with the body. So we should control these things, and the physical things should be in our control, and not it should be to the mental satisfaction, not ever increasing. Now what is the conclusion of that? So the conclusion of this chapter is that right understanding of different aspects of life, such as difference between prosperity and wealth. So we have got the meaning between prosperity and wealth. Those cannot be mixed or interchanged. Prosperity is a different thing, wealth is a different thing. A person is prosperous, may be wealthy, may not be wealthy, but a person with a wealth may be prosperous, may not be prosperous. So things should be not confused. Prosperity is the mental satisfaction. The body is in harmony with self. There is continuous interchange of information between body and the self. So if body is and self is in mutual coordination and information exchange, and there is mental state, there is prosperous. A wealthy person may be prosperous, he may have wealth but have lot of tensions too. So similarly, the need of the body and the self, the needs of the body are different, needs of the self are different. Needs of the body are quantitative, needs of the self are qualitative. Needs of the body are like trust, happiness, honesty. Needs of the body are food, clothing, shelter. Sukh and suvidha. What is sukh? What is suvidha? Sukh is a need of the body, mental satisfaction, inner harmony, and suvidha is physical things, requirement for the body. Sukh is mental satisfaction once you are mentally satisfied. But sukhi, even you may have wealth or no wealth, that is not a problem. And suvidha is having lot of physical facilities. If you increase their quantities, slowly it will become tasteless, unnecessary, intolerable. So understanding these things these basic things about prosperity, wealth, need of the body, self, sukh, suvidha will make you understand human being comprehensively and will help you to determine your human aspiration and why they are, how they should be fulfilled. So will lead to understand human aspiration, fulfill their true sense. So you will be able to think about your human aspiration, and you will be able to understand yourself comprehensively, scientifically, and then you will try to fulfill your human aspiration in accordance to that. So with this we have finished our unit 1, introduction 1, and after, so we will be studying from the next lecture the unit 2, and for that time, till that time, thank you students, take care.